Second year of high school, Jo-young invites Haneul over to hang out. They dig through a pile of DVDs when Haneul picks one up, confused. "What movie is this?" Jo-young smirks. "Since when did it become a DVD?" Another friend raises a brow. "Should we watch it? Sounds interesting." They sit down, press play, and the screen lights up with scenes none of them are ready for. The first video Haneul watches makes her heart race, but honestly, it's a waste of time. A successful completion. She barely understands half of it, and some parts are just plain weird. The kissing scene, though, that sticks with her. Two actors lost in the moment, so mesmerizing she can still picture it. Back then, she thinks one day she'll meet her ideal love, if only she could experience a kiss like that. A perfect, dreamy romance. Maybe without the awkward camera angles. She holds up a bralette, eyeing it skeptically. Her friend just grins, admiring the design. It actually looks good on her, but why the sudden interest in lingerie? Turns out there's a trip coming up with her boyfriend, and, well, things might happen. The other day they were holding hands. She didn't think much of it at the time, but looking back, his hands are huge, almost as big as her face. That alone is enough to make her excited. There's that saying about big hands, after all. She suddenly wonders if it's actually true. So this is why people say even an all-girls school won't keep you innocent. Her friend nods, having heard that before. Honestly, she should just date someone from the gym. There's a good-looking guy there, right? But how good-looking are we talking? As much as Jae-hee? A moment of silence. Did she really just compare him to one of the top 2 male students in the entire school? That class isn't called the elite class for nothing. Wait, so who's the other one? She questions her friend with a knowing tone while discussing Kim Minchol, the dorm manager whose charm and popularity seemed to eclipse even senior Jae-hee's. His cool style, tall stature, and impeccable fashion sense, famously showcased on Meta, make him look like a bona fide celebrity from afar. Although her friend teases that her standards might be sky-high, she laughs off the notion that handsome men might also have a gangster vibe, contrasting him with the neat and kind-hearted Jae-hee, who unexpectedly appears at their gathering and playfully tugs her cheek, leaving her to wonder if his presence is merely for added protection. With a light-hearted jab about keeping her hair untouched and a smirk at the fact that the rumor hasn't spread yet, she reflects on her long-standing bond with Kim Minchol, a friendship spanning 20 years, practically since birth, and even more coincidental since he lives near their school and now attends the same university, while their clashing personalities lead to routine, clockwork-like arguments that only add to their quirky dynamic. Their shared hobbies keep them hanging out for various reasons, much like the film review essay assignment they now face about movies exclusively from before the 90s, a task so daunting that a senior once remarked on its terrifying difficulty, insisting on a 5-page minimum due this Friday. And although she jokes that being too close to someone might complicate matters, she listens intently in class to catch every detail of the assignment. Luckily, she passed the university entrance exam. Now that they're drifting apart, she has more chances to meet new people. That person? Somewhere between a friend and a boyfriend. He greets her, asks if she's eaten yet, and suggests dinner. She agrees. He mentions a new restaurant by the side gate. She doesn't mind where they go. Handmade noodles? Sounds good. Before they can leave, Kim Minchol rushes over, demanding to know why she's not reading Kakao Talk. Does she even have her phone? She jumps, startled. What now? Is she being picky lately? She calmly explains she already made dinner plans with a classmate. He frowns. With him? Her classmate awkwardly takes the hint and excuses himself, promising to meet her later. She calls after him, but he's already gone. Kim, completely unfazed, insists they should go eat near the front gate. She stares at him. Eat? Like she'd go anywhere with him after that. Instead, she kicks his leg. Who does he think he is, ruining her plans? She's sick of this fake attitude. Didn't he promise to stop acting like this when they got into university? She barely makes new friends because of him. That's it. No more meals together. No more assignments. He groans, says she only cares because she'd feel bad without a friend. She scoffs. Isn't it always him running to her because he has no one else? He huffs, tells her to forget it, just leave. Fine, he can go too. She hisses and storms off. Right then, she spots Jae-hee. He grins, amused. She always reacts so dramatically. What's with all the swearing? She mutters about the new assignment being too difficult. He nods knowingly. A review of a classic masterpiece? Toughest task for first years. He struggled with it too. She groans. She doesn't even know what movie to pick. At least she had extra time to submit the application carefully. Speaking of which, Jae-hee suddenly remembers. He has a USB full of great movies from his first year. Does she want to watch them? Her eyes widen. Is he serious? He nods, but it's at his place. If she has time, she can come with him to grab it. Since the application deadline is near, he thinks it's best to submit today. Of course, there's plenty of time. Inside, she's screaming. What kind of luck is this? She actually gets to go to Senior Jae-hee's room to do her assignment. Pure excitement. As expected, happiness comes after hardship. She walks into the room, noticing him staring at his hands, his face turning bright red, and she can't help but giggle. He looks up, still flushed, and she quickly changes the subject. As they interact, she can't help but sneak glances at his hands. They're massive, and she starts to wonder if there's any truth to the old saying. He points to a USB drive on the table, and she picks it up, their fingers touching briefly. The spark is undeniable. As she walks away, she can't shake off the feeling that something just shifted. To herself, she wonders what just happened. Was it the intense eye contact or the accidental touch? She can't help but think about the urban legend. Big hands. Big. She shakes her head, chuckling. Where did that come from? She decides to consult her friend Minchol, meeting him at the library. He's engrossed in a book, and she teases him about ignoring her. He looks up, startled, and she asks him about the legend. Minchol raises an eyebrow, smiling mischievously. You want to know if it's true. He leans in, a conspiratorial whisper. Let's just say it's a myth, or is it? He winks, leaving her to wonder. He thinks he knows what she's thinking, but did she misunderstand? Kim Minchol is an idiot for forgetting to lock the door while reading. She's not the creepy type who wants to devour his childhood photos as a snack. So why did this disaster happen? He talks to himself, still feeling guilty about something. He told someone about the benefits, trying to make amends. He receives a text message that reads like a dramatic monologue. I was looking for something to vent. My soul was all the way in the Pacific. That's entirely your personal preference. After reading it, he's confused. In both direct online interactions, Lee Na-nail is very loud. She wonders how there was no contact with Kim over the weekend. Isn't that strange? That scene also causes confusion. When was the last time she saw him cry? Elementary school? Middle school? Her friend calls her name several times, but she doesn't answer, lost in thought. She says she's been acting strangely lately and couldn't reach her over the weekend. She says it's a bit hard to tell, but honestly, she feels extremely troubled and really wants to hear her friend's opinion on how to handle it. She tells her to just tell the story as naturally as possible. She says it's about a friend. Minchol asks someone if they didn't go home. The person explains they might get punished if caught. Minchol jokes about escaping through the window. He asks about his English department friend, wondering why he doesn't seem enthusiastic today. Someone mentions that Minchol's friend often visits him. He says he shouldn't worry, but he's actually worried. He realizes he should have locked the place. He regrets sharing the code with someone. A girl asks Minchol about a hint someone dropped. She's seeking clarification as his friend. She wants to know what the person meant. Minchol is hesitant to share more information. The girl presses him for answers, curious about the situation. She asks if the other guy's actions are hard to swallow. Her friend confesses she doesn't know the first guy, but the second guy is Kim, and she can't lie. She's confused, unsure what's happening. Her friend wonders if she's seen something naked. She asks if that's her perception. Her friend wants to dissolve the situation faster. She suggests searching online to understand what the first guy meant. Her friend is surprised she didn't know. She feels foolish, wishing she were more insightful. Things just got more complicated. Apparently, she and that guy have been friends for a long time. If that friend comes first, the distance will narrow. She thanks Minji for listening. Minji warns her to pretend they didn't see anything. Kim Minchol is the son of a prestigious family. She tells Minji she'll see her at the dorm later. She thinks to herself that Kim said something, but it was a misunderstanding, and she ran away first. Approaching him now might be difficult. He'll burst into tears if misunderstood. She's sorry for the misunderstanding, considering they're best friends. She can't imagine anything like that happening between them. To explain the situation, let's go back 30 minutes. She asks Kim why he's running. He asks why she's chasing him. She wants to talk about something. While running, she bumps into a guy on the road. She apologizes and asks about his drink. He's fine. He ate but asks if her clothes are okay. She says it's because she bumped into him. He jokes that maybe he didn't see ahead clearly. He asks for her phone number to pay for her laundry. She offers to get him a drink to compensate. Kim walks in, takes her hand, and says they should go. She asks where. He says the club room. She wonders why there. The guy tries calling her back, but she doesn't hear. In the club room, she asks why they're there. He says she can't go to the girls' dorm looking like that. She suggests he could have just given her the bag. He offers the group t-shirt seniors wore last year. No, I apologize. The rewritten text I provided is shorter than the original text you sent. I'll make sure to expand it to the original length while maintaining the corrections and simplicity. Please give me a moment to revise it. She's relieved to be alone, thinking to herself that bumping into that guy was a mess. She's stuck to her dress and needs to strip it before it dries. As she pulls the dress, she tells him not to look. Minchol's friend arrives, inviting him to drink with them. He declines, offering to help with their luggage instead. After they leave, he searches for Haneul, finding her stuck. He asks why she didn't come out. She says she didn't know what would happen. He tries to help her, but she falls on top of him. She's embarrassed, realizing she's not wearing clothes. Someone tries to open the door, but it's locked. He asks her to put her boobs away. She suggests putting on a shirt. He teases her about not listening to her brain. She recalls 4 years ago, when they played together. He said if he ever thought of her as the opposite sex, he'd get separated from her. She said if she ever went out with him, she'd shave her head. He joked about shaving all the way. She asks if he's scared she'll like him. He thinks she'll have feelings for a madman every day. She says her feelings for him are only rage. He pushes her away, calling her a dummy. He tells her to wear her clothes and keep her distance. He's protected his dignity. He struggled to remember the national anthem. Is he crazy, reacting like an idiot? She calls him, apologizing for leaving abruptly. He says he came to talk about it. He says he just says what he honestly thinks. If such a thing happens, he'll split them both sides. She also said if she ever goes out with him, she'll shave her head. He says she should shave all the way, and this side can even do greater things. The benefit calculation is not correct at all. He says she shouldn't tell him that she's scared of liking him. She says she hates it so much. What's if it's him? He thinks she will have feelings for a madman every day. She says her feelings for him are only rage and calls him a bastard. She asks him if he's scared that she'll like him, like that time when she sees Kim Minchol's face. Strangely, it's because she's pressing too hard. She shouldn't misunderstand, and he pushes her from his chest and calls her a dummy. Mental consciousness returned in an instant. He really wants to know if Haneul is crazy. He tells her to wear her clothes, keep. He says he has done it and has protected his dignity. She asks him what's been wrong with him yesterday and today, noticing his awkward behavior. She teases him, bending his head over, and he winces in pain. She offers to forget everything and go back to normal. She decides to focus on her homework instead. Lee Yo-han and Shin Hai discuss their project, impressed by each other's skills. They talk about the entrance exam for the animation class, sharing their experiences. Woo Ye-soo joined the design team, and they commiserate about the challenges of drawing people. Fortunately, their current homework doesn't require character drawings. Haneul is talented in drawing, but not the best, as she focuses on 3D programs, which are even harder. Yeonjung's struggles with 3D programs also contributed to Haneul's relative expertise. Haneul says she can't concentrate today, distracted by her thoughts. She excuses herself to the restroom, and the teacher reminds her to return. In the restroom, Haneul talks to herself, wondering why she keeps thinking about Minchol. She tries to snap out of it, questioning her own sanity. Is it because she's surrounded by too many muscles? Or is it because Minchol is the only guy she's been around her whole life? Meanwhile, Minchol is experiencing a similar awkward time. He questions his own sanity, wondering why he blushed in that situation. He rationalizes it as a sociological phenomenon, convincing himself it's not because of Haneul. But he can't help thinking about her. He wonders what she's doing at that moment and decides to call her. When she doesn't pick up, he plans to invite her to eat tteokbokki tomorrow. Haneul asks her friend how late she needs to stay. Her friend replies, 5 o'clock. She asks why her friend suddenly has a date. Her friend jokes about wanting to apply mascara. She admits she wants to meet someone new, as her life has been repetitive since enrolling. She finishes her makeup and gets dressed, asking Minji to check her outfit. Minji teases her about not needing to put in too much effort. Haneul walks in, catching everyone's attention. Lee asks why she's so well dressed, and Minji takes credit for her makeover. The other lady comments that Haneul normally dresses stylishly. Minji suggests they leave, as the boys are already waiting. Haneul asks Minji to look at the outfit for her, wondering if it's too stylish. Minji offers her opinion, and Haneul asks if she can pick clothes for her. Minji says she has a shirt she wants Haneul to wear. Haneul thanks her and gets ready. Minchol calls Haneul, asking if she's coming to dinner. It's been a while since Haneul has been on a date, and she's honored to be with the graphics department. Lee says hello, and one of the guys invites her to join them, suggesting they can talk comfortably since they're the same age. Chul Bong-gu, a first-year student in the gymnastics department, introduces himself. He suggests they toast, and Haneul reluctantly joins in. She's tired already and can't keep up with their excitement. After an hour of drinking soju, she's having a blast, finding the drink surprisingly sweet. She says, can she have a really fun time, and they all cheer. Sung-hyun checks in on her, offering water to balance out the alcohol. He warns her that drinking only soju will exhaust her the next day. Haneul is then invited to play a game, and she confidently claims she can win in one try. Chul Bong-gu offers her tips, predicting that the first attempt won't work anyway. Haneul succeeds, and they suggest playing more. However, one of the guys expresses concern that the game is too intense. Chul Bong-gu asks Haneul a personal question, wondering if she already has a boyfriend. Haneul assures him she's single. He shares a story about a famous good-looking guy in his school who Haneul supposedly accompanies every day, making her famous by association. He reveals that he thought they were dating, but it turns out they're not. He mentions that the guy is famous for his looks, and Haneul goes with him every day. Haneul listens intently, curious about the story. Chul Bong-gu continues, saying that he's glad to hear she's single. Haneul thinks to herself that it's indeed Kim Minchol's fault that she doesn't have a boyfriend. She recalls their childhood friendship. Chul Bong-gu asks if that's true, noticing how close they seem. Haneul explains that they've lived together since a young age, but it's not a romantic relationship. She thinks to herself, how can she possibly forget that? Why did it appear again? She wishes it would disappear. She tries to shake off the memories, but they linger. She thinks about how Minchol has always been there for her, but she's never considered him in a romantic way. She's confused about her feelings, wondering why she's thinking about him so much. After a night of heavy drinking, Haneul passes out. She wakes up to the sound of her phone beeping. She sees text messages from Minchol, reminding her of their plans to eat tteokbokki. She remembers that he started working last week. She thinks to herself, why is she like this? Sung-hyun asks if her head hurts, and she replies that it hurts both inside and out. He tells her that everyone has gone to buy hangover medicine. As he checks her forehead, they lock eyes. Minchol walks in, holding 2 beer bottles they ordered. The others notice him and wonder why he's there. They tease him, asking if he's there to take care of Haneul. Minchol ignores them, focusing on Haneul instead. Minchol teases Haneul, asking if she's drunk and why she wants to bang her head on the table. He asks the others how much alcohol she drank, and they reply that it was about half a bottle of soju. Minchol is surprised, asking if she's crazy and can't remember the first time she drank beer and vomited. He jokes that drinking soju is even worse and wonders if she has a brain. Haneul looks up, still feeling the effects of the alcohol. She tries to defend herself, but Minchol just laughs. He asks her if she's okay, and she nods, still looking a bit dazed. Minchol smiles, relieved that she's okay. He's happy to see her, even if she is a bit hungover. Haneul asks Minchol what he's doing, jokingly wondering if he's her mother, complaining at the pub again. He hands her a can, telling her to stop drinking after she finishes it. She asks if he bought it, and he replies that it's on sale at the pub. He mentions he's heading back to work. As he leaves, the girls start commenting on how handsome he is, wondering why he's still single, especially in his uniform. Haneul tells Sunghyun that she feels drunk and feverish, and decides to step outside for some fresh air. She walks outside and runs into Minchol, asking him if he smokes. He shows her a candy, and she teases him about not telling her he works at the pub. Minchol reminds her that he did tell her and asks why she's embarrassed about the guys finding out she was pretending. Haneul jokes that if Minchol wants to date, she'll pretend to be scared and act like she didn't see anything. She asks him to take back the can, wondering why he gave her something sold at the shop. Minchol laughs, saying of course he paid for it before bringing it over. Haneul looks surprised, and Minchol teases her about not answering her phone. He notices her makeup and jokes that even if you draw patterns on a pumpkin, it won't turn into a watermelon. Sunghyun mentions that their school has another handsome guy, Senior Jae-hee, who is in the graphics department. He's never really cared about these things, but he's curious. Someone comments that Senior Jae-hee's handsomeness is different from Minchol's, giving off first love vibes. Sunghyun jokes that the graphics department has it real good, but notes that Senior Jae-hee doesn't appear in school often. Haneul and Minchol continue talking, and he asks her if she likes anyone there. She playfully responds, wondering what he would do if he knew. Minchol says he'd want to check if the guy is decent or not. Haneul tells him not to do that, and Minchol heads back inside, saying he'll wait to hear about her boyfriend. Haneul thinks to herself that it'll be 100 years before she has a boyfriend. She reflects on how nice it is to talk comfortably with Minchol like they used to. She sees Sunghyun and asks him why he's there, and he says he was worried about her. He asks if it's okay to talk to her for a bit. The lady comments on a rumor, saying it's the funniest thing she's heard all year. She knows it's fake, but she's still shocked. They discuss how Senior Jae-hee is a senior, so the rumor can't be true. Someone jokes that you can't judge a book by its cover, but another person counters that nonsensical rumors are just that, rumors. They gossip about Senior Jae-hee being a player. Meanwhile, Haneul asks someone why he's suddenly not concentrating. He says he thinks he forgot something. Minchol says goodbye to Haneul, telling her to rest and that he'll see her next time. He heads back to finish his homework and remembers that he lent his USB to Lee Haneul. Sunghyun asks Haneul if she's not feeling cold, and she replies that she's fine. He comments that she and Minchol seem close, and she attributes it to their childhood friendship. Sunghyun asks if she doesn't have any feelings for Minchol, and she says of course not. He apologizes for asking, saying he knows it's none of his business, but they seem so comfortable with each other. Haneul tells him he's asking too many questions, and Sunghyun says it's because he cares about her. Minchol is walking home alone when he runs into Minji. She asks why he's going home alone without Haneul, and he jokingly says she's probably out with her boyfriend. Minji is surprised, asking if Haneul really has a boyfriend. Minchol says he doesn't know, that he just saw it by accident. Minji is skeptical, saying Haneul's texting habits would indicate otherwise. Minchol shrugs, saying Haneul must be busy. He then sees Bong-sik, the campus cat, and greets him. Haneul asks Minchol if he's okay, and he says he's fine, just tired from work. She teases him about always chasing away guys who get too close to her. But Minchol corrects her, saying he's just protecting her from crazy people. Haneul jokes that she's grown up now and can handle herself. Haneul and Sunghyun decide to watch a movie together using the USB she borrowed from Jae-hee. However, she soon realizes she grabbed the wrong one, and it's filled with unexpected content. Sung-hyun tries to kiss her, but Haneul is taken aback, asking why he's getting so close. She tells him they don't know each other well enough for that, having only met 2 days ago. She wonders if he thinks she's too easy or something. Haneul apologizes and quickly gets up to leave, feeling uncomfortable. Sung-hyun runs after her, apologizing for surprising her. He explains that he thought it was just a casual thing, like everyone else does these days. Haneul politely declines, saying it's not about the kissing itself, but rather getting to know someone first. Sung-hyun asks her what the problem is, and Haneul asks him to let go of her hand first. Just then, Senior Jae-hee walks in, interrupting the awkward moment. Thanks for tuning in. If you're hooked and want more, please comment and subscribe. Your comments and subscriptions fuel my motivation to continue. I'll see you in the next part.